Hi guys, my name is Alana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Mental Health with Alana. If you're new here, please subscribe, press the like button, and give the bell notification a ring. If you'd like to check out my Instagram, I got it up here on the screen. I've also got a Patreon, which I just started, and I'm going to be posting a video this week, so make sure you go check that out. It's in my link tree down below. I've also got Amazon wishlist on my description. If you'd like to buy me anything or check that out, that would be great. For this video, I'm going to be talking about sleep and mental health and how I kind of work around sleep issues since I do have sleep issues. I got schizoaffective bipolar type, so I've always had problems with sleeping. If you have bipolar, you will know that it's just a nightmare when it comes to sleep, and not getting enough sleep can trigger episodes, especially mania. Now, right now, I'm in a bipolar depressive episode, so my sleep has actually been the opposite problem where I've been sleeping too much because I'm depressed. But generally, I always struggle with sleep, I can get to sleep easily with my medication, but staying asleep is a whole nother story, and I wake up multiple times during the night. And it's very, very frustrating, and anyone who's dealt with sleep problems know how exhausting and frustrating it is, especially when you're really tired and you just want to sleep but you can't because your mind's racing or you're thinking about things or you get nightmares. I get nightmares a lot, really bad ones, and so that disrupts my sleep as well. But I'm gonna tell you some things that I do to help myself. Hopefully you don't roll your eyes at these things because I know that they seem a bit cliche and things that people always tell you, but to be honest, they do actually work when you do them. So for me, the first thing I like to do is I like to have a nice bath or a nice shower, and I put my music on while I'm doing this, and this just helps me relax and kind of calm down and regulate my body temperature and feel a bit better. You know, you always feel nice after you've had a shower or a bath and you're all clean. And I always put a body oil on for moisturizer, as it's just quick and easy. Instead of having to use moisturizer, I use body oil when I'm wet, and then I just pat myself dry. You can do it also when your skin's dry, but you can also do it when your skin's wet and then just pat yourself dry, so you don't have to really rub it in. And then I do my skincare, and I have a bit of a little nighttime routine basically. So if I do my skincare, and showering exhausts me. Baths don't really, but showering exhausts me. I use a shower stall because I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and also when I'm depressed, it's very, very exhausting to try to shower. But I have found doing the shower and the bath and then the skincare, I'll do my routine, I might do a face mask or something. It just really helps me. Sometimes I'll tint my eyebrows, depending on how I'm feeling that night, just to make myself feel a little bit better. I might wash my hair, I washed it yesterday and I put it in these two plaits. And then what I do is I will go and have a hot drink. So I'll have a chai latte, or I might have a cup of tea, or I might have a herbal tea. I've got lots of herbal teas, just depending on what I feel like, and I have a hot drink. And then I usually go on my phone or watch TV for a bit just to unwind. And then right before I go to bed, I like to read a couple chapters of my book. I do that every day at night, but then I read during the day as well sometimes because I love reading, so I do that. Then I take my medications, my nighttime medications, at around 8 o'clock. And then I usually go to bed around 8 or 8:30. And sometimes I stay up till 9, but no later than 9. Having a good sleep routine and having like a sleep like set time is really important. So I give myself like a window of an hour, so I don't go to sleep any later than 9 and I don't go to sleep any earlier than 8 o'clock. And then in the morning I wake up at 8 o'clock every day, unless like in the situation I've been depressed, so I've been sleeping more and sleeping a lot more during the day. If you're having trouble sleeping, I'd advise you not to sleep during the day. I do sleep during the day, but that's just because I've got chronic fatigue syndrome, and it's like no matter how much sleep you get, you're still exhausted. So for me, sleeping during the day doesn't actually impact my ability to sleep at night. I don't feel it really does. I've tested out like not sleeping during the day for a while and seeing if it works at night. Keeps me asleep longer, and it just doesn't. So I'm like, I get really tired about like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I get like exhausted, and I always go and have a sleep for like a good hour, hour and a half. Then I read my book. I go brush my teeth, or like I'll have a snack, brush my teeth, do all that, and then I get into bed, and I usually will message with a friend for a little bit just to talk about things that are going on, or like help to like unwind and like get stuff off my chest. So I normally talk to Lydia or my friend Catherine, and we chat for a while, and then I put on an audio book or a podcast to go to sleep. And I also pray before I go to bed. So before, like when I'm laying down, I just pray quickly. And I do that. And then there's another thing that I do, which is kind of a weird one, but it's for migraines, but it actually helps me go to sleep, which I'll show you. So I've got this sleep mask. Well, it's for migraines, and for dry eyes, but it works really well as like helping me go to sleep, and it heats up, and it has this like button here that you press, and it will heat up for about 10 minutes at a time, and then you can just keep resetting it for as long as you want. I generally fall asleep when I have this on. Like I fall asleep and then wake up like hours later with it on my face. It also helps to block out the light, any light that's coming in through your room, because I like it to be like pitch black. And sometimes there's like light coming in from the hallway or from like through my windows. So yeah, I like to do that and use this as I find it really helpful. And then I basically just go to sleep. I normally will fall asleep around 8 o'clock or 8:30, and then I wake up generally at about 1 or 2 at night, well, in the morning. And when I can't sleep, I usually read, play my Switch, watch some YouTube, or I'll message Lydia, because Lydia's always awake because of the time difference. I'm 9 hours ahead of time, so she's awake. So normally message, and then I'll normally put this back on and a podcast or an audio book to try to go back to sleep. Often I'll have a cup of tea. If I wake up during the night and I can't sleep, I'll grab a cup of tea. I know you're not really meant to go on your devices before you go to bed, but like I said, I do read before I go to bed, like right before I go to bed, and that tires me out, and you know, it's just a kind of reality that most people do go on their phones and do watch TV before they go to bed because it's a way of relaxing. And if people have been at work all day and they haven't had time to watch TV, that's when they want to do it. So I'm not going to sit here and say, don't watch TV, don't go on your device, because look, if you're really that concerned, you can get those glasses that are like, I can't remember what color they are, but they're like light filtering, so that it helps you not get the glare from the phone and that it doesn't like wake your brain up. But yeah, so those are the things that I do to go to sleep. And that's what I do if I wake up and I can't get back to sleep. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this helpful. Comment down below if you have any tips of getting to sleep and what you do. If I get really desperate and I can't sleep, I'll go and take some PRN medication, either quetiapine or some diazepam. But I have to go and wake my mum up for that, so I try not to do that unless I really have to, because I feel bad waking her up because she has all my medication. But yeah, some nights it's really bad and I do have to go take medication. Or if I've had a really bad like nightmare, I do have to take some PRN. So yeah, but that's all I have for you today. Please subscribe, check out my Patreon, and I hope you guys come back for my next video. Bye!